Hey, everybody, and welcome back to Tech Talk Tuesdays, where we dive into everything tech, AI, and software. This week, we're going to take a look at a critical aspect of your business and project management and choosing a project management tool that's right for your team. Whether you're a private lender, a broker, or anybody really in our space, there's a need for this, and it could be very impactful on your business. Let's dive in. One of the most important things to do prior to even evaluating or considering potential project management tools is to evaluate internally your company's methodology alignment. Some of the things to consider in this are deadlines and dependencies. Is your firm somebody that has firm deadlines? And is this something that's going to be dependent on making sure everybody is aware of these deadlines? One of the other things to consider is flexibility and changes. Do your projects change frequently? You want to make sure that the project management tool that you're looking at can adapt and be flexible while you make these changes. One of the other things is visualization of your projects and task classification. Can you clearly put these projects into different buckets to make sure that everybody's aware of where they stand and what needs to come next? One of the other things that you want to consider internally is the scale and scope of your projects. Are they extremely detail oriented? Are there a lot of resources needed versus what's available? You want to make sure you understand these items internally before taking a look at any project management tools. Now, your business needs are also very important in this because you want to understand what your stakeholders' expectations are. Are there expectations of everybody being aware of where these projects stands, or do we just need more of high-level quick updates? One of the other things is project styles. Do your teams collaborate, or are they more individual until it comes time towards the end of the project? You want to understand all of these aspects about the way your team is going to interact with this potential project management tool. Now, the most important thing might honestly be the cost analysis. You want to make sure you're paying for features that you're going to use and not paying for things that ultimately your team is not going to see the benefit of. Once you've evaluated all your internal considerations while looking at potentially purchasing a new project management tool, one of the other things you can do moving forward would be to start determining your must-have features and things that are just maybe bonuses. Some of the most important things to have in a project management tool are things like task management, collaboration among team members, data visualization, dashboards, integrations with other softwares that you may use, and then most importantly, honestly, would be the security features that this platform offers, as well as the continued support and training. Now, you also want to make sure that you understand if there are any limitations on the number of users that these platforms offer and see how many users you may need internally as well, making sure that your team can fit on the platform and there are no additional costs. Now that you understand what your team and your key features are and must-haves of these potential project management tools are, you can then start to actually take a look at these potential offerings. Now, when you're looking at these offerings, you want to make sure that you have a detailed list of all of those must-have features. That way you can check them off as you visualize these platforms or ask questions if it's not something that's covered. You also want to make sure you do your own research, read reviews, or even seek peer reviews. There are a lot of recommendations that you can get from people within our space, making sure that they're using platforms that are working for them, that they like, and that can potentially help you as well. Now, you also want to consider utilizing free trials. A lot of these platforms will offer free week, month-long trials. You want to make sure you take advantage of those. That way there's no necessarily long-term commitment to these options. You can test them out, see what you like, see what you don't like. Now, along the same lines, it's really important to get feedback from your team members that are going to potentially use these as well. If you find a solution that works for you, but not the rest of the team, it's not really going to be an effective tool. So you want to make sure that everybody gets the most out of it. Now, you also want to consider the implementation and how much strain that's going to put on your team. Is there going to be a very large learning curve? Is there going to be times of maybe we're not doing business at full capacity because we're learning this new platform? You want to understand the scope of what it's going to look like to implement this tool. Now, once you've identified all these things, you found a couple options that you like, it's also really important to compare the costs. Not only the costs financially, but that time aspect that we talked about as well. Now that we've outlined a number of different things to consider when choosing a potential project management tool, we want to give you a runway to help start your search as well. A few of the different project management tools that we've used over the years are Monday.com, Lucid Charts, Smartsheets, and Yodits. There are so many options out there. Use this video as a guide to help find the one that's going to be best for your team as well. Now, choosing the right project management tool can be monumental in helping set up a foundation for your company to ensure that all of your future projects are successful as possible. And remember, choosing the right software or offering is not necessarily just about features, but it's about how well it aligns with you, your company, and your team's needs. Now, as you go out and embark on this journey of choosing a project management tool or any software for that matter, we want you to keep us in the back of your mind. Use our videos on Tech Talk Tuesdays as guidance to help you find outlets and best practices. And if there are topics that you want to hear us talk about, please drop a comment below. Until then, keep innovating and optimizing your tech solutions, and we'll see you next time.